Thank you, Priority Earthworks, for sponsoring today's show. Get a hold of Adam, 518-669-5401. For commercial or residential lot clearing needs, get your driveway cleared, get your backyard cleared if it's overgrown, and he'll even trim your bush if that's overgrown. So get a hold of Adam, PriorityEarthworks.net, or 518-669-5401. If you're in the capital region of New York or surrounding areas, I'm sure he'll come out and take a look at your bush. You know what they say? A trimmed deck is a big deck.
Hey, though, my deck ain't big either way.
Apparently, there's some celebrities that are reportedly bad in bed. Eminem's going to be the first one. Teenage boy gets USB cable stuck in his urethra while trying to measure himself.
That's fucking stupid.
This is why I wanted to bring it up. Why would you not just use a tape measure, put it next to it, and measure it that way? Why do you have to stick a cord inside yourself?
Something mentally wrong with that person. I blame the parents 100% on that.
I don't think Nicole is jealous at all. It ain't like that. I think it's more about, like I said, it's more about like when Bad Omen comes, just to be part of it, like see what, you know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't like me bending the stripper over on the table and start going to town.
I'm pretty sure the stripper wouldn't like that either.
No. Well, you never know, though. Maybe she would. I mean, the way it sounds like she thinks we're big deals.
You are the only one that thinks we're big deals. So are you guys on board? Will you do it? Will you try it?
I don't give a fuck.
And you guys made fun of me last episode about the sea. It's kind of fun, ain't it?
Oh, it's so much fun.
Are you going to stick to the tampon thing? If you lose and you put it in her.
You know how much fun I'm having right now?
How much?
I'm going to frolic through the fucking field with Mr. Tiddlywinks.
Finger blasting is fun with friends.
But if my friends aren't around, I'll just finger blast myself.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey, Har. If I had to choose between oral sex and birthday cake, oral sex would always win.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
You know what my favorite fantasy is?
Come on!
I can hardly wait. They should be here any minute.
Suck it. Suck it deep.
Hey, so are you ready to have some fun? 'Cause I am.
Oh my god.
You're a sexist, egotistical, lying, hypocritical bigot.
Don't be a little bitch.
Now listen to me carefully, you fat tub of goo.
Can you at least give me head?
Oh, yeah!
I can put my whole fist in my mouth.
What the fuck's gonna happen next?
October 7th, Friday. Episode 59 comes out the 10th of October. What do you got? You got any stories?
I don't know. I got a few.
Do you?
Yeah.
You always got something. What do you got? What's been going on?
Oh,
you weren't here in the last one, right? Or
no,
were you?
I was here in the last one.
What am I thinking?
I don't know.
Maybe a couple ago.
Yeah, it was like a month ago I wasn't here.
Oh, that's right. No Mike today. He's doing some overtime at work, so he's getting ready for Christmas.
Yep.
So he's not here. You got some shit going on this weekend too, but you managed to get here somehow tonight. What are you doing tomorrow?
We're going up to watch my mom's boyfriend's band play at Jen's parents' camp up in Corinth.
All right. We've probably talked about Jen before, I would imagine. Sure, she's come up. She's pretty close to your family. Oh yeah, that's
she was at the pizza place.
That's right, and she's the friend that you're trying to get. You've been trying for years to get.
Yeah, I know it'll never happen.
No,
maybe someday. Maybe if I get like cancer, I'm gonna like die. Maybe it'll happen. Be like on my bucket list.
He's hoping.
No?
He's hoping for cancer. You won't even let him if he had cancer. It was his last dying wish. Nicole's with us too. She's in the room. She's on UPS duty.
Yeah.
They've tried 2 times now to. That's all right. I'm just kidding. It don't really matter. They'll just come when they come, or I'll have to go get it. I ordered a new phone from Verizon, the 14 Pro, and they keep trying to deliver it. For some reason, I never need any signatures for anything, but they want a signature for this one. It must be something to do with Verizon or whatever.
Oh, that, or was it UPS or FedEx?
UPS.
Oh.
So they're looking for. So I keep getting notes on my door. We'll try again on the next business day. Well, I'm like, well, it ain't. It's going to be the same as the last business day. I'm going to be at work. But then something today. They said they might stop back later or something. So she's on duty for.
Yeah, they're not stopping back.
No, they don't care. It's Friday night. It's 6:30 of Friday night. They don't give 2 fucks what's going on.
No, not really.
They could care less. Can you push that button? I keep forgetting. It's the second time I forgot to do that. I don't know. Sometimes it takes a little while. There you go. We got.
It slowly comes on.
It's like mood.
Yeah.
It's like for the mood of it. There's. We got an update on the strippers.
Yes, the strippers.
There is one coming now, as far as I know. There might be more than one, but there's one that I'm certain of that's coming on the 15th. Lola Montez.
I don't know her name.
Mendez.
You're the one talking to him.
What did I made a post on our Facebook page about it. Let me just make sure because I don't want to get her name wrong. I think it's Mendez, but we're going to find out for you right now just to make sure.
What are we going to talk about?
Montez.
So what are we going to talk about with her?
I don't know yet. We're going to, you know how we do. We just kind of roll along and see what happens. But I want to ask questions about what, like the life.
Stripper life?
Yeah, what the life of a stripper is. Like behind the scenes. I want to know what they go through, what made her become a stripper. I want to know how much money she makes. I want to know all the crazy shit. I want to know if she gets, what's the word, proposed for sex? What's the word I'm looking for? Proposition.
Most likely.
Yeah, I would think so.
You get some
I'm sure
poor
people are
fucking
gonna ask.
soul who has no life and goes in there all the time, probably catch feelings, and it's like, yo, if I give you like a bunch of money, would you like have sex with me or go out with me?
I hope she's honest too, because I'm sure she's been propositioned for sex before. I hope she's honest and
Is this
says
the one with
whether
all the
she has-
tattoos?
Yes.
Fuck, that's my kryptonite.
This is Nicole's already pissed and she ain't even here yet.
I don't know. Maybe we'll just have to get rid of Junior. Maybe we can bring her back to the house. A little private strip tease.
Can we find out about this proposition thing firsthand?
Yeah.
We'll see. So
get you all drunked up and stoned and shit.
I guess she's been featured in a couple of things. First of all, she's got an OnlyFans. She's had that for 2 years. She's got.
We can talk to her about OnlyFans.
Yep, that's a lot of questions we'll have right there. She has been a dancer for 7 years, and she's been featured 3 times in Suicide Girls, which I don't know.
I've heard about that. It's like a magazine or some shit, or
maybe,
or like a.
I know that it's at least a website because I looked it up to see what it was. I couldn't find her on there, but I'm sure I'm just doing something wrong. I'm not like a member or whatever.
I've heard of that before.
Yeah, I feel like I have too. But there's also like this this like show, and then I was talking to somebody about it, and they thought it was like the show for like kids back. I'm like, no, that's different.
That was like the Suicide Squad or something.
Shit. Yeah, this is like this is definitely not for kids. It's basically a porn.
Young kids.
Do you think there's a difference between porn and like nude modeling? Porn to me, when I think of porn, that's like fucking or like masturbating or something. Like that's full on, like actual.
To me, like
nude modeling is just Playboy.
Yeah, Playboy is like models. They're just nude. You know, it's no fucking different than looking at the Victoria's Secrets catalog.
So if you look at a Playboy magazine, do you think you're looking at porn? I guess that's what I'm getting at. If I had like, no, Nicole's saying no.
I guess it depends on how you look at it or what kind of person you are.
I guess for the ease of conversation, I would just say, yeah, it's a porn magazine, but I don't really know that I'm actually thinking about it, if Playboy is porn.
Playboy's really not. You go to some of those like other magazines that like have girls with like shit hanging out of their fucking snatches and stuff. That's porn.
You're right.
But
yeah,
like
they got the
Playboy, they're just sitting, they're just posing all pretty and everything, and they get airbrushed and all that stuff.
Yeah, they're more modeling. I think Playboy. Does Playboy not even do nude anymore? Remember like a couple years ago they were like, oh, we're changing the format. We're not going to do nude.
No, I think they still do nude, but I haven't looked at a Playboy magazine in God knows how long.
I know. I don't know how they're still. Really, there's probably not a whole lot of sense of them doing nude anymore because if you ever wanted nude, you just go to porn sites anyway.
Yeah.
Like paper stuff is not like even newspapers. I'm sure took a hit with social media and internet.
Yeah.
You don't need any of that.
I know Playboy took a hit too. A couple years back, they started with that Me Too movement and shit. They all started coming out about Hugh, how he was a scumbag, and it was he was a fucking in charge of the first dirty magazine with all these hot chicks, and they all had sex with him to get their fucking. Their start somewhere, and then all of a sudden they're like, we were forced to. You weren't fucking forced to do it. Come on.
We always say this on the show. We talk about these porn stars that get in there, and then they are upset about it 5 years later that they did porn. It's like, well, you weren't forced. You knew why you were going on this set. You walk in, there's cameras, there's a naked guy, there's a guy with a box of tissues, and like, what do you fucking expect? You didn't get forced.
Like one of those women, you remember that reality show that was out a while back? He was still alive. And he had like his 4 wives or whatever.
Maybe.
And they kind of followed a day of them and shit like that in the Playboy Mansion and then stuff like that and everything. One of them came,
Holly, something else.
Yeah, one of them came out.
Oh, you're talking about Hugh and the girls.
Yeah, it was like a reality show.
I remember that. Yeah.
You know, they were all like
Kendra was one of them, and I remember she was the hot one. I thought
they were all his wives, and then all of a sudden they all thought it was a great thing then, and then a few years back, one of them came out. We're like, no, it was wrong. We were forced. I'm like, you weren't forced. You were making fucking thousands of dollars living in a fucking mansion.
I wonder if they're pissed now because they're not getting the attention they were when Hugh was around. He was giving them attention. He was throwing all these parties, doing all this crazy shit for them, probably letting them have extra money beyond what they made in the magazine and the photo shoots and stuff. And now all of a sudden he's not there, and now they're pissed. It just seems like a weird coincidence.
Yeah. It's a crazy.
So that goes to show right there that it wasn't forced. Like if you were okay with it when you were getting all those perks, and now that he's not around, now all of a sudden he's a scumbag. Well, so you knew what he was doing to you, but you were getting perks, so you kept doing it. Now that he's not around and you could talk behind his back, basically, you're pissed off.
Poor guy's dead, and now you're calling him out on all this crazy shit. Come on.
Yeah. Why didn't you call him out when he was handing you those bills, the fucking $100 bills? How come you didn't say nothing then, bitch?
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's not like that. Yeah, shit like that just bugs the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would say that's just nude. I would say there's a difference between nude modeling and porn. Mm-hmm. Remember Penthouse?
Yeah,
that was a little more hardcore. There was like
Penthouse,
sex pictures
Hustler,
in there.
Hustler was like that.
Cherry was another one.
Yep.
Cherry was. I remember that was kind of a dirtier one. There was penetration. There was a whole 9 in that.
Those ones were porn.
That's porn. Yep.
Yeah, but Playboy, no.
Remember the day that was all there was?
Yeah.
Like you found like one of your dad's old magazines sitting somewhere in a barn or a shed or something that he forgot about.
Fucking saved that magazine for fucking years.
Yeah. Stuff it under your mattress.
To be all crinkly and shit like that.
Pages are stuck right together. You got to peel them apart.
Yep.
Not anymore. Now you just go on your phone.
It was hard back then because you had to find like if you found a video. You know, you had to like watch it at certain times because, your parents were home and shit like that. And you had to pop it in the VCR and everything. Mm-hmm. Now you just bring it up on the phone.
I got caught one time. I found my stepfather's VHS tapes. Mm-hmm. I was too young to even know what the fuck it was. Like I wasn't jerking off or nothing at that time, but it's like I was old enough to know that I shouldn't be watching it. You know what I mean? Because it was like sex. And back then when you're however old I was, 10 or something, it's like I shouldn't be watching this. But that's what made me want to watch it. It wasn't like I wasn't horny at that age or nothing. I just knew I shouldn't be watching it. So that was the fun of it. And the way the living room was set up, the TV was facing one way and the door was behind me. And I remember standing there watching it. I had it in and the fucking door opened behind me. They got home from work. I was fucked. Panicked.
Or then there was the old school fucking Spikes channel, all squiggly line and everything.
I remember that. And if you watch it long enough, once in a while, it would be like blue still, but it would go like full screen for a second without the squiggles, but all off color.
I think they did that on purpose.
Probably just to keep you,
to keep the young kids fucking plastered to it.
Yep. Yeah. And then I was like, 17 or something, and my mom got me, I asked her for Girls Gone Wild. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know because on the commercials, remember at night they would do like the infomercials. They were like half an hour long about it.
Just showing tits and shit.
Yeah, I didn't know these girls were actually fucking. I don't think my mom did either. Yeah. She wouldn't, because she was probably like, oh, these girls are just in bikinis and stuff on this commercial or whatever. Mm-hmm. He's 17 now or 16, however old I was. I can't remember, but she's probably like, yeah, whatever, that's fine. Well, then you get the videos and I'm watching them. I'm like, oh, fuck.
I know. I was surprised too.
This is like real shit. Like some chick from Nebraska is just on a bed just playing the fiddle.
Yeah.
On herself. The fucking banjo on her fish lips, if you will.
When I finally found a Girls Gone Wild DVD, I watched the same thing. I thought it was going to be stupid. It's just fucking girls flashing, showing their titties, maybe kissing each other or some shit. And then all of a sudden it's like that. And then they're back in the hotel room and they're getting fucking railed by like 3 or 4 guys or whatever.
Yeah, it was serious. I don't think because my mom was always pretty cool with that. She never had a problem with like if a girl flashed or something like that or bikinis or something. She didn't care. But I don't think she would have got them for me if she knew that they were like that.
Yeah. Remember Bang Bus?
Yes, that was a big one.
Yep.
Bang Bus. Oh, there was something. Mike's Apartment.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Now, the bang bus, though, did you actually think there were just random girls on the street?
No, never once.
Or they had them set up to be picked up and then get banged on the bus?
Dude, to this day, I couldn't drive down through Albany.
No.
Pick up some chick and 15 minutes later have her naked in the back of the truck. Like it's
especially with a bunch of strange guys back there too watching.
Yeah, with cameras. That was always the thing to throw off for me. It's like these girls. First of all, absolutely. First of all, these girls aren't going to do it just randomly anyway. Just meeting somebody. There's fucking diseases and all sorts of shit.
Oh yeah.
And then not to mention there's like camera angles and stuff. You got a guy driving.
Yeah.
They're driving down the road with a lot of times they weren't even like tinted windows. They would just fucking do it in this thing and just didn't worry about it. There's no fucking girl in her right mind.
No.
Without offering money, at least. And I'm sure they got money, but they never offered the money that I'm aware of in the video. Like,
no, these girls were all set up. They
sure.
knew. And
well, too, if you look deeper, like on X videos, at the top of the video, it'll say the girl's name.
Mm-hmm.
And if you click on it, it goes to all her videos. And so you go to these Bang Bus ones, and it's like, oh, girl's first time. And then you click on her name, and you go down. She's got like 8 different videos that it was her first fucking time. They love to do. It's like girl's first time on porn does anal. It's like, no, they didn't. You could be sleeping with a girl for 5 years and they still give you shit about doing anal. It's no way this girl's gonna be like, yeah, put it in my asshole with 4 random people in a fucking bus. No way. And the same with Mike's apartment. I never thought that was real either.
See, I never saw that one.
That was basically Mike was like the guy that owned this apartment complex, and she couldn't pay her rent. So he'd come over to talk to her about the rent or whatever. Next thing you know, they were fucking filling her up. Mm-hmm. That was all set up too.
And then there was the other.
There's always the same fucking apartment in all his videos. It's like, what did these fucking girls all live in the same? They all happen to buy the same set of comforters and shit.
Yeah, and they're all hot.
Get the fuck out of here.
And then there's that other one. It wasn't porn at all. But you remember bum fights?
I remember maybe I never really followed, but I remember hearing about it.
They were funnier than fuck.
It was literally bum fights, wasn't it?
These college kids will go around and find these bums and like offer them like fucking like booze and shit, but they would have to fight each other.
Didn't they get in trouble for that?
Oh yeah, they did.
Really?
Yeah, they got in trouble for it. But I mean, in the beginning, it was like legit bum fights. Like they would fight each other, but I mean, it wasn't like knockout, drag out fights because they're fucking bums and they're already fucked up and half drunk half the time, anyways. But
what was World Star? Do you remember that?
No.
Something that people always yell World Star or something like that. Back in that was like before YouTube. There was like sites you could go on and watch these crazy videos like that. That was back before there was nobody was watching that shit either. So you could watch some crazy shit like guys getting their arms cut off by accident and shit.
That's like the one website, rotten.com.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah, you go there, you see people getting their heads blown off or...
Yeah, that was like in the beginning internet when video first started being on your computer. So I think it was before people could control it. Mm-hmm. And shit would just slip through. Now you can't if we put a thing and there's a fucking titty hanging out, like a nipple hanging out, like YouTube's like instant. They fucking got it and shut the whole video off.
Rotten.com, that's where I saw a girl in the bathtub. Ever seen that one? There's a chick, she has like explosive diarrhea and she's like in a bathtub, like on her back with her legs up, just fucking spewing out.
Oh, just doing it on purpose?
Yeah, just fucking spewing out like liquid shit all over and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good ones, you never find them on the porn sites like that. Like, that ain't good. Like, I don't care. But those are the ones that, like, as much as I don't want to see a girl shitting, when somebody tells you about it, it's like, oh, I fucking got to see it. Now, that's like 2 girls, 1 cup. I could give 2 fucks about watching a girl eating the shit out of a cup, but you have to go watch it.
Well, you see, when that shit came out, how old were we? I was like 19, 18, 19 when that shit first started coming out and everything. So I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want to see that. And then you saw it, it's like, no, I really don't want to see that again. But
I think for me, it was always like, is this real? I want to see if it's real. It was nothing that turned me on about 2 girls eating shit, but I still wanted to watch it with that same mindset. Like, I got to see if this is fucking real or not. Mm-hmm. And then the One Guy, One Jar.
I've never seen that one. I heard about it.
You'll have to watch that tonight. But it's never on any normal sites. It's on like a fucking dark web somewhere in the back of Google.
You gotta go into the deep web or some shit, the back door. And
he's got like a mason jar, like a smaller mason jar, if I remember right. And it's on the hardwood floor, and the dude's like naked or whatever, and he sits down on it, and it goes in, and when he stands up, you hear it pop. And then all of a sudden, literally, like blood just starts running out of his asshole, and now he's panicking.
Oh yeah,
I think it's real because of his panic.
Oh, probably.
When he panicked, he was like really carefully like trying to like reach in his asshole and get this out and stuff, and it was just. And then eventually the video cut off. But yeah, that's one guy, one jar, or one man, one jar, or something like that.
That's not good.
Pretty crazy. There's probably a million of them type of videos out there that I've yet to see. Then there was one where these people, this was about the same age in these same websites. It wasn't nothing sick or nothing really, but they were bear hunting, this guy and this girl. They shot the bear and it falls out of the fucking tree. And then the next scene, he's fucking her over the bear. She's like got her elbows on the bear and he's behind her. It's just beating the fuck out of her guts right on the bear. It was just weird shit like that on the internet back then. They could get away with that. Mm-hmm. They weren't fucking the bear. So it wasn't like real weird or nothing. They were just fucking
on top of a dead bear.
But it was like such a random thing. Like, here's two people out hunting. You'd never once think that there was going to be fucking in this video.
It's kind of shit you see up here.
Yeah, bear hunting. Nicole, would you ever fuck on a bear if he shot one?
Bear rug?
No, a bear.
An actual bear.
Like if you two were out in the woods hunting, he shoots a bear, it dies. Would you let him fuck you on the bear? No? I think that would be kind of cool. Like, it's not a dream of mine, but it would be that fucking cool. Like, whatever.
Bears are stinky, too.
Are they?
Yeah, you can smell a bear before you even see it.
Yeah, that's probably true. Of course, half the girls that'll fuck on a bear are probably stinky,
probably just as stinky, yeah, I was going to say.
It doesn't much matter.
No.
So anyway, that was a long, drawn-out way of saying we have a stripper coming.
Yeah, somehow we get on fucking on top of bears.
Yeah, that'll be episode 60. It should be, so long as everything goes right. So yeah, she's supposed to be here.
This is 59, right?
This is 59.
So that's next weekend.
Yep. She's supposed to come at 2. We'll have a couple drinks out in the garage and just find out what we can and can't talk about, because I don't know if we could talk about where she works or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know how it goes. You got to figure out what questions you can and can't ask. So we'll go through that, and then we'll do a show, and she'll be on her way, and hopefully we get them all up here. I'd like to run right through them. If we could.
Have a stripper of the month.
That would be kind of cool.
It would be.
That would be kind of cool. Get a different one up, and I'm sure she's got all sorts of friends. We got a bunch of different because she shared our post on her page, and we got all sorts of different people that follow the page now because of that. So I'm
nice.
Hoping we can. There's like 3 of them that are lined up. I can't remember if the contact said that there's 2 of them, 3 coming on the 15th to record, or if I know of the one. Mm-hmm. I know of Lola. She will be here. She's pretty excited about it. So I'll write out some lists.
Well, we only have 4 mics.
That's all right. Okay. We'll just have to, somebody will have to, I don't even really like using the 4th one unless I have to, which I will, but I think Mike's got to work that day anyway, so I'll probably just leave it.
Of course he does.
I know.
He gets out. I'm the one that's going to get shit for it, but I'm here for the team.
That's right. I think he should just quit his fucking job, to be honest with you. If he wanted to be a real team player, he should quit his fucking job. Of course, I tell him that too. I'll be like, hey, you want to go get Chinese? He'd be like, can't, got to work. And I said, quit that fucking place. So I'll have him quitting for anything if it was up to me. So that's what we got in store. We're still working on the giveaway, but we don't know anything on that, but we haven't forgot about it. So just keep that shit in mind. We got a couple of things coming up here to talk about.
Oh, that's good.
We got, apparently there's some celebrities that are reportedly bad in bed. Eminem's going to be the first one.
Okay.
Let me write down. I'm going to write down some times here so I know. And Kim Mathers, his ex-wife, has revealed all about the rapper's lackluster performance between the sheets.
Well, of course she is.
Yep, I thought the same thing when I read that.
Because that's his ex-girlfriend.
Well, not only that, but he's made fun of her for how many fucking years in his songs and shit. She's never going to say anything nice about him.
She's going to wait 20 years down the road, because how long has Eminem's been out? Yeah, over 20 years.
Yeah.
Over 20 years. Now all of a sudden you're going to come out and diss him about his sex life? Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure. Next is Madonna. Apparently, Queen of Pop Madonna isn't all that she's cracked up to be in the sack, and who would know better than Guy Ritchie, who was married to Material Girl singer for 8 years. According to Ritchie, Madonna's epic 4-hour workouts once left their marriage dry for 18 months. Could you go 18 months without sex?
No.
Would you get divorced? Would you take it to that level if she could not? What if Nicole had well, no, we've already talked about it. If she had like a medical thing, you would stay with her.
Yeah.
But if she just decided, I don't really like sex anymore.
There'll be lots of fights. most likely, you'll probably end in divorce.
Leave me.
Just for that, or else you'd leave him because he was being miserable.
Or either that, then there'd probably be no question asked. There will be a fucking side piece. I'm sorry, babe. But
would you allow that?
Give it up for
a side piece. Say you had an emergent, a medical thing where you weren't allowed to you couldn't have sex anymore for the rest of your life. Would you allow him to have sex with someone else no? No. Even if it came to divorce, you would rather just be like, if he was like, I need sex, and if I can't get it, I'm leaving.
Well, as long as her mouth ain't broken.
Oh, that's true. There's other.
But yeah.
All of a sudden, foreplay is more important than sex.
Yeah.
All of a sudden. Next person we got on the list is Drake.
I can see that.
Santana said that. What is this, Santana? Oh, wasn't he with Santana's daughter?
Yeah, I think so.
Or something like that. That's what. So skills were unimpressive, and that he was actually quite selfish. That's not the only rumor floating around when it comes to the rapper's sex life, as well as being accused of having a small package. Numerous groupies and exes have confirmed that Drake likes to receive plenty of backdoor action.
Huh.
Oh, he likes... We don't know if any of this shit's true, though.
No, I think it's just a bunch of fucking pissed off people at him.
Well, it's like when you're dating somebody, you think they're the best person, and as soon as you break up, they're like, oh, they're ugly, they suck in bed, they're a piece of shit, they're a narcissist. Like, yeah, but you dated this person for 4 fucking years.
Yeah,
so
obviously it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, right, how fucking bad it could be.
Yeah.
Singer Katy Perry. What's that?
She would seem like she would be a freak.
Yeah, I guess so.
She's a little weird. I always kind of had a little crush on her.
She's a squirter.
Apparently, she's not a squirter. When you're a monk, you're not allowed to have sex with anyone, Brand said. Oh, yeah, Russell Brand.
Is she a monk now?
I don't know. When you're married, it's one person. That's one more than a monk. It's not that different. I'd be having sex think of anyone else. The comedian also claimed that his ex-wife, it's always ex-wives. You'll never get a current wife or husband to admit this. And that's why you can't fucking believe, when you talk like, hey, honey, how am I in bed? They're like, yeah, you're good. Of course I am.
Yeah.
Of course I am. You're not going to say I'm horrible.
Of course. I know. We'll get divorced tomorrow and she'll tell everyone I fucking sucked.
What do you?
You're such a fucking liar.
What if she was honest with you? Well, I'm not saying she isn't honest, but like, what if you asked her, how am I in bed? And she said, you're fucking horrible. Would you be pissed about that, or would you appreciate that she told you that honestly so that you could work on it?
I think I'll be a little...
I think I'd be pissed at first. On a selfish note, I'd be like, what the fuck?
I don't even know about pissed. I think I would be more hurt. That's like one of those things you just lie about.
Yeah, right.
That's just one of those things
do you really
lie.
want... Yeah, but is that the truth? Like, I don't know if you should lie. I think I would want somebody to be honest. Like I said, for a split second, I'd be like, fuck. That sucks. I'd be pissed a little bit. But and in reality, I would want that honesty, because otherwise I wouldn't expect. So what happens if you go like 3 or 4 years and you're an absolute piece of shit in bed, and then she finds somebody else to make up for that? I'd rather her be honest so that I could work on.
Yeah, but that would be hard though, because then your confidence will go down, and you know about when your confidence go down. Things are hard.
No, they're not hard. That's the exact. I don't know.
That's a tough one.
But I would rather.
I would probably cry.
Like when you first meet somebody, you go through that. You try to figure out, not necessarily that, you're not like, oh, you suck, but you try to figure out what they're into and what they're not into. Because the last thing you want to do is try something in bed and have it be awkward because, Well,
in the beginning, everything's always awkward in bed.
Yeah.
15 years later, there ain't nothing fucking awkward now.
Yeah, it don't matter.
No.
You'd shit right in the fucking pillow and keep on having sex.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Anyway. No, actually, I'll go out to the woods first.
Oh, yeah, Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Yeah. Woo!
50 Cent is on the list, and he was saying corny lines like, I really like you. After a couple of minutes of that, I had to tell him, are we going to get it popping, or are we going to talk? I couldn't believe it. Here was 50, supposed to be all tough, acting like a 14-year-old boy. Apparently, he falls right in love.
Well, he was dating that white chick. What's her name? That comedian... talk show person. Oh, what the fuck was her name?
Do you remember the show she was on?
She was on Comedy Central. She was like a blonde hair chick. She wasn't real pretty either.
Paris Hilton. Now we can tell because a lot of listeners and ourselves have watched this video.
I don't think I think she's good. And you saw the video.
Yeah. Although I will say she kind of just fucking laid there in the video. Other than the head part where she was blowing the guy, that seemed like it was decent.
So out of all your sexual experience, how many times is it just fucking laying there anyways?
All of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, but no, there's differences. There is differences. There's some like look at you different, or
I guess so.
There's differences. Like if a girl doesn't want to kiss during it, I'm out. That's
really?
not. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a big kisser.
No. Yeah, I don't. That's like a big one. Like you can't. I don't do it all the time. Like I'm not making out with the person the whole time. But like if you, like once in a while, you go in for the kiss and they're like turn their head. It's like this is stupid. Then I'm fucking out. That's awkward.
Yeah, that would be awkward. Paris Hilton, I always had a crush on her.
It's funny. The girls are always like, you couldn't handle me in bed. It's like, let's see something on TikTok. It's like, what are you going to lay there different than every other fucking girl? You can lay there.
Handle my 3 fucking minutes.
Yeah, you can't handle me in bed. Anyway, she, I don't know really, but I don't think people say I look like this guy.
You kind of do, actually.
Colin Farrell. I forget about this guy or who he even is, but I've heard that before. They say I look like Colin Farrell. It's the eyebrows. Got fucking caterpillar eyebrows.
Yeah.
Just so you know, he was like rated top 10 hottest guys in some fucking magazine.
Yeah, no.
The only reason I know that is because somebody said, you look like him. I said, who the fuck is he?
Mm-hmm.
And I looked him up, and the first thing on the thing was top 10 hottest guys. I said, you're fucking right, I look like him.
You do kind of look like him now. That's funny, though, because for the longest time, I always thought you did look like somebody. I just could never figure out who. Now it makes, yes, you do look like him.
Nicole, you think so? She was smoking out of a tin can a minute ago. She's not even here for the most part. Physically, she is. You think I look like Colin Farrell?
You slicked your hair back.
If you get a younger picture of him,
let's do that. Can you turn that? Because I bet you that's going to be right in your face. It's going to block your face during the camera. I just thought of let's look up some Colin Farrell stuff. I'm curious. Let's see what we got in Google Images here. I think it's just the eyebrows. He just got big old fucking eyebrows.
No.
I wear a hat all the time. And he never does in any of his pictures.
But I see some examples. Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't. Yeah. It's hard though when you're yourself looking. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, do I look like him? And I look at him like, no. But then a lot of people say it.
You know who? Remember when we were digging out the tanks at work, the old fuel tanks?
Yeah.
And they had the crew there working, and I was loading stone for him and shit. The one guy came up to me. He says, "You know who you look like?" And I'm like, "No, I have no fucking idea." You remember in Gold Rush, Parker's boss, that young guy?
Gold Rush, what's that?
Or Gold Rush. The fucking miner people on Discovery Channel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you remember Parker? Mm-hmm. His old foreman or whatever, that young guy.
Oh, kind of. I didn't really watch the show much. The only time I watched the show was, remember that story I told you about that girl? That's the only time I ever watched it.
Of course it is. But I guess he had like a foreman that was a younger guy, and the guy walks up to me. He's like, "I swore you were him." It must be the hat.
Must be the hat.
No, I think it is because he wears a hat like this.
Well, maybe. Yeah, but that's not because I just said it was the eyebrows, and you said no.
And then I'm sitting in the loader and everything. Fucking Google it.
You remember his name?
No, but just put up Gold Rush Parker and something. Whatever the fuck the name of the show was.
Gold Rush Parker's what? Cousin?
No, not cousin. Foreman.
Foreman. This guy?
No, not him.
I don't see that at all. This guy in the right? Oh, wow.
Him.
Wow, that does look like you. I don't know who.
But that's not the hat he normally wears on the show.
I don't know what his name is, but I'll be damned. Here's another picture of him.
Yeah.
Rick Ness?
Might be.
Is it Rick Ness?
But you got to see. It could be Rick.
Yep, I
Parker,
see that.
Tony Beats. Yeah, Rick Ness. Google pictures of Rick Ness. See if you can find a picture of him.
Just him?
Yeah.
Let's do Gold Rush Rick Ness. Yeah, I see it. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, with the beard and the way he has his hat curled up
right
and everything.
Here, the hat there, yep. Kind of. Yeah, I see it. Same color hair and everything, basically. Same facial size.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely see that.
I'm like, oh, I was like, I finally look like somebody.
He's probably pretty good looking, ain't he?
I think so. I don't know. Nicole?
I don't know either. I try to be open-minded with that and be able to say if a guy is good looking or not, but I can never really tell.
Some pictures yes, some pictures no.
Oh, that's kind of like me.
Depends on the day of the week.
I'm growing my hair out.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna grow it long.
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not shitting you.
Good. Are we still doing No Shave November?
I haven't fucking shaved in a month already.
That's true. But are we gonna? I feel like we should shave like our face bald.
No, I'm not shaving.
And
my
then
face
let
bald.
it grow.
I'm just gonna
all month.
just let it grow.
Oh, what in the fuck? That ain't no fun. I ain't gonna do it then if you're not gonna do it with me. Because you're already. It's not gonna look any different for you.
Well, I won't shave my head then.
I'll do it anyway. I'm gonna leave. But you know what I'm gonna do then? In that case, I'm just gonna let my beard grow, but I'm gonna trim around. I'm just not gonna. I feel like No Shave November. You're just literally not supposed to shave your face.
No, I'll trim around under my neck and up around here.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'll
still
just
do
let
that.
things grow.
I'm gonna let this grow. What the beard that I have, I'm gonna just let it keep going longer and longer. Look like a fucking scrub.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it. That's if you guys want to look up what Matt's celebrity lookalike, it's Rick Ness from Gold Rush. Sure enough.
Yep.
Sure enough. So yeah, Colin Farrell, apparently he's bad in bed. And Angelina Jolie. Boy, I would have never taken that. 'Cause she seems like a fucking lunatic. Remember she was dating, what's his name, that old guy?
Oh, Billy Bob.
Billy Bob, and she would like stick her tongue on his face and all sorts of shit. But people are surprising. What?
Did they drink each other's blood?
Something like that. They drank their blood or something. For anybody who didn't hear Nicole.
It says right there. Once had sex in a limo with ex-husband Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, I don't. This seems like just people are pissed that they're not with the person anymore, so they're no good.
Bradley Cooper.
I always feel like girls would think he's good looking. Do you think he's good looking, Nicole?
Oh, yeah.
Do you? Yeah, I always feel like girls think he's good looking.
I don't think he is.
No.
I was hoping he was gonna hook up with Lady Gaga after watching A Star Is Born.
Jennifer Lawrence said that he's a wet kisser. Remember the movie Silver Lining Playbook? You ever watch that movie?
No.
You've seen that? It was a good movie, actually. And they kissed in that. She said he was a wet kisser.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Jennifer Lawrence got that sense of humor.
Yeah.
She might not even have meant it bad. Like she might have just been.
I
fucking
hope
with
she's
him.
not on this list.
I hope not too. Taylor Swift is. I could see that.
Yeah, she's a prude.
I could picture her not doing nothing in bed, just laying there, lights off,
of a good girl.
shirt on, lights off.
Yeah. And then once you break up with her, she's gonna write a song about you.
Yeah, and she wouldn't put out Elvis Presley. Oh, fuck. Back then, sex wasn't.
No.
In the 60s, you didn't really do any of the porn shit that. Jennifer Aniston, which might lead to why she's always getting to. I always felt like there was something wrong with her. I don't know why. She hasn't really had any more boyfriends than any other celebrity. But for some reason, whenever she broke up, I always just assumed she was like a lunatic or something. And I always assume people broke up with her, and that might not even be the case.
But 90% of a person's sex life with a partner, all of it's not fucking good. There's only like a small 10% of it where you get like those rare good nights.
Yep.
I mean, there's nights where
that's a good percentage too. I would say 90% of the time, it's basically just having sex for 10 minutes and you go to bed.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty normal.
Yeah. And then there's the other 10% where you're.
Except for in the beginning. Say like the first 3 or 5 months, that's like you're in that 10% range.
Yeah. But I mean, other than that, 10% of it is just the really good times. And then the rest of it, you're just going through the motions.
Yeah. I think so. It's Jennifer Aniston. Maybe that's why she's Ben Affleck. He's with
J-Lo again.
Yes.
They got married again.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
They got divorced?
Yeah, they got divorced, and she was dating A-Rod for a while, and then she broke up with A-Rod and started dating him, and then they just got married again.
We were delivering sand to a horse place, a big fancy horse jumping arena or something down in the Hamptons. And apparently they have a house down there, fucking huge. Huge, as you can imagine. It's like the size of my fucking town almost.
Yep.
So yeah, Ben Affleck's no good in bed. According to this list, anyway. Sophie Monk, who's that?
I have no idea. It's kind of hot.
Do you know who that is?
No idea.
No. Yeah, she's all right looking. How old do you think she is? She looks like she's...
Oh, it says she's a model.
Oh, she's a model? Yeah, but it also says she's a dud, so... Nick Lackey or Lachey? Nick Lachey. He did a lot of stuff on MTV and stuff. He was a singer.
He dated or was married to...
He was married to
Jennifer Simpson.
Oh, Jennifer Simpson. Yeah,
she was hot back in the day.
Jessica Simpson.
Or Jessica.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was pretty crazy on that reality show they had. She would always tell them, like, let's go fuck.
Yeah.
And all sorts of, she was all about it. Yeah, according to this list on GoSocial.com, he's no good either. Brody Jenner.
Isn't he? Who's he?
Oh, he was with Kristen Cavallari, which I used to think she was the whole, her and Lauren were the only reason I watched.
I hate those fucking
Laguna
shows.
Beach. Well, so do I, but I watched him for the fucking chick. There was like 5 hot chicks there.
And then what's his name? Jay Cutler married her, right?
Yeah, they're divorced.
Yeah, he just said, "Fuck you, get the fuck out of here."
Did he?
Oh yeah.
He just had enough of us. Said, "Get fucking go." Yeah, she's probably a lunatic. She's probably fucking.
Yeah, he played football. He played in the NFL, and he has his money, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck you, I'm done."
Well, and these girls from this show, you could tell just by watching this. The whole fucking show is nothing but drama. That's why people like that, and I'm sure they're a lot like that in real life. Next one, Maria Sharapova.
Yeah.
What's this? Levine? Was she with Levine? Adam Levine, yes.
Oh.
But Adam Levine of Maroon 5 decided to shatter the illusion when he spoke candidly to the press about a sexual encounter with the tennis star, which in his eyes was extremely disappointing. Like a lot of guys, that she'd be the loud screaming type. Instead, says Levine, Sharapova wouldn't make any noise during sex. She'd just lay there like a dead frog.
I guess her backhand wasn't that good in bed.
She even got angry if I started to moan, said it ruined her concentration.
But I guess he's in some shit right now too. Adam Levine.
Yeah, he
being scuzzy and dirty and shit like that.
Something to do with his wife or cheating or something. I don't know. He started to go downhill when that girl came on stage and he like brushed her off. It was like a dick to her. Do you remember seeing that on TikTok? He was performing somewhere and some girl jumped up on the stage and like went to give him a hug. And he was like a prick to her about it, and which is, I mean, it's when you're in that position, and if you don't do that, people will think that you can just jump up on stage whenever you want. So you kind of have to do that. I understand that, but he was like a douche about it. I remember seeing it. He was like a douchebag about it, and people started to hate him for that. And now, sounds like he's going down. In fact, I seen something on TikTok the other day. They said Maroon 5 and Adam Levine is the new Nickelback. Like everybody's just going to start hating on him now, and pretty much canceled himself.
I never really liked Maroon 5. Anyways, they had a couple good songs, but you know,
yeah, nothing ever stuck out.
Yeah,
you know what they say? A trimmed deck is a big deck.
Hey, though, my deck ain't big either way. Extra, read all about it. Priority Earthworks. PriorityEarthworks.net. If you have mulching for commercial, residential, or any overgrown that you would like to take care of.
What about your bush? Will he trim your bush?
He will trim the bush. It's just hot off the presses right here. You know, his name's Adam, 518-669-5401. He will trim your bush. He will keep your property clean, trimmed, and proper. Again, call Adam at 518-669-5401 or PriorityEarthworks.net. It's hot off the press, extra, read all about it.
Anyway, he's no good in bed. Oh, not him. Maria Sharapova, I guess he slept with her.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods is no good in bed, according to this list.
He dated a lot of fucking porn stars.
Yeah.
I mean, he got fucking jammed up because of it. He was fucking porn stars when he was married.
But again, I don't know how much we can believe this list because it's all these people that are cheated on their ex-wives or their ex-husbands or one-night stands that they can't probably have again and they want it again, so now they're a piece of shit in bed. And I don't know. It's just like you were over there with him. Like you were doing all this shit with this guy or this girl, and now all of a sudden, Hugh Hefner, we were just talking about this.
Good old Hugh.
In his lifetime, Hugh Hefner made millions from selling sex. One would assume then that the Playboy magnate would have plenty of tricks up his sleeve when it came to women. However, his widow, Crystal Harris, decided to dispel this illusion with some very revealing info about Hugh. Apparently, Hefner never bothered to undress for sex, and the experiences were often a little short-lived. According to Harris, Hefner could only manage 2 minutes at a time. To be honest, we're not sure it's all too surprising that an 88-year-old wasn't a dynamo in the bedroom.
He's fucking 88. Now, I guarantee back in the 50s and 60s when he was in his prime, he was probably having crazy fucking sex.
Not to mention, is his position, do you think he really gave a fuck if he was satisfying them girls?
If I was him in that mansion and all those girls were there, yeah, fuck that. I wouldn't.
I'm sure there was never one time that dawned on him. He's like, oh, I should make her happy.
Yeah, no.
Because if she don't like it, he just grabbed one of the other 300 that were out partying at the fucking pool.
Next one up.
Yep. Next one, Judd Apatow.
I don't know who that is.
I've heard him. But
Director, he did 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up.
I remember Knocked Up. That girl was hot. Who was that girl? You know?
Oh, she was the chick from
the
Grey's
blonde
Anatomy.
chick. Yeah, she was pretty hot. They had sex. It was like a one-nighter, and she got pregnant, and they hated each other. And then by the end of it, it turned into a fucking Hallmark movie because they were like falling for each other. Anyway, this goes on. Charlie Sheen.
Of course, he's got fucking AIDS.
Well, yeah, but was he good and bad? I mean, he's
always too fucked up.
Well,
that could be.
Well, what's your name?
He was always on something.
What's your name's on Desperate Housewives?
His daughter's doing OnlyFans now, and so is his ex-wife. Was it Carmen Electra?
No.
Denise Richards.
She's on Desperate Housewives.
Her and her daughter, his daughter as well, are doing OnlyFans now.
I
have an article about
Denise
that. Not
Richards
today.
Was in that. What was that movie? Wild Things.
She was, but she got her start on Baywatch, right?
No.
Oh, she didn't. I thought she was on Baywatch with Pamela Anderson.
No,
that was like that era.
No, she wasn't. No, her claim to fame was Wild Things. With Nev Campbell or whatever, where they had to make out scene threesome in the swimming
Campbell
pool.
Was pretty. Oh yeah, and she got out with her hair was all wet, and she like got out real slow, all dripping wet.
Yeah,
that was like porn back then.
Yeah, well, for
that was
us,
as good as that's about as good as you'd see. Keith Olbermann. I don't even know who he is. There's 30 plus of these, so I'm only going to do a few more, but get the idea. The Tinder swindler. I heard about that. I don't really know. Actually, I said it here. I was almost explained it. But I don't. Yes, he took money from him. He'd get all these girls somehow. I don't know this exact story, so don't hold me to this. But something he was meeting these girls and promise them this and that, and they'd all give him money and give him like $30,000-$40,000. And then
he was making money and having terrible sex for them, but he was still getting laid.
Yeah, who's a real winner?
He is
exactly.
He does no more than what a fucking girl would have done.
Right. Well, unless I don't know, unless there's more to the story that I don't know. That sounds exactly what he was doing. It was just like girls use sugar daddies.
Yeah.
He was doing the same thing, but to the girl instead.
Those girls were simps.
All right.
Yeah, they were giving them everything.
Isn't that funny how if a guy does it to a girl, they're a fucking scumbag, but if a girl does it to a guy, it's like, it's cute and it's funny and it's...
They all got played and they're all pissed off. That's why he sucks in bed.
Jack Whitehall, he's a UK comedian. Oh, he sucks in bed. Never heard of him.
Never heard of him either.
Last one, Jesse James. Boy, he was stupid for fucking that up.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock is hot. To this day, she's one of them ones that age like wine.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse James garnered himself a bit of a love rat reputation, and some of the feedback hasn't been great. Bridget DeGuerre, claimed he was a selfish lie, saying he's a dog in bed who only cares about himself. That's pretty much typical guys.
Yeah, no. I care about... I mean, yes, don't get me wrong. There's nights where I just want to get off and, give me mine and I'm done. But then there's a lot of times I care more about my wife than I do me.
I think if you don't have them nights where you just fuck quick once in a while, I think then the lovey nights, they don't mean so much if you don't every once in a while throw in like a quickie on the fucking counter in the kitchen.
You hear that?
We have a 14-year-old boy.
Matt wants to do it while their son is out cooking ramen in the. It's like, oh, he's old enough. Just fuck me. You wouldn't fucking care. Oh, I'll have you know, Oral October is going splendid so far. I have yet to lose. I haven't lost yet.
Good for you.
Of course, nobody has lost yet. So I
haven't even had sex in October yet.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not true, is it?
Yes.
What's today? The 7th?
Yeah, and why?
7 days.
We haven't had sex in October yet. So I told you, it's a married thing. I got this fucking, no problem, because I'm fucking married.
Oral October. Did he tell you about that?
No, because I'm not participating in Oral October.
Oral October, you can only do oral. There is no sex. There's no anal or there's no vaginal penetration. No. There's head or there's no, or there's...
well, you could do it, but you got to walk around with a bag of potatoes.
Yeah, the loser buys dinner out somewhere and has to walk around with a bag of potatoes.
I'm still
he can
losing
ask
no
you
matter.
for it, but if you give in and say, okay, put it in, you lose. Or you can like grab it and try to put it in, and if he allows you to, then he loses. Like whoever. You think so? Well, see, this is why this is fun. Everybody laughs at me about this is why it's fun, because now she's like, oh, he won't last.
I won't have to put it in as long as you
now listen to him. Now, the last episode they were making fun of me. Now he's going, I could last. I could fuck.
I can.
This is why I think it's a cool fucking thing to see if you could do it.
No, how many times do we have sex? How many times it actually ends with?
Can I have like other stuff?
Oh yeah, you could do anything else. Just he cannot put it in your vagina or in your ass.
But how many times will we have sex? How many times we barely ever really actually do it? A lot of times it's just fucking oral and toys.
So Matt. So there you go. It ain't that bad, right, Matt? You think you can do a whole month without putting it in?
It doesn't matter. I lose either way because I'm still paying for fucking dinner.
Well, yeah, but and then the other thing is you have to. Well, this is like a personal thing that we threw in the rule. We're making this up as we go along.
Why do you pay for dinner?
Well, you have to have a loser.
If you lose, you got to pay for dinner. It's still my fucking money, so I'm still paying for dinner.
But I've since added in, you have to get a bag of potatoes from a grocery store and bring it to that dinner. The loser has to carry that around like it's their purse. And you have to like be there with you. Like you can't leave it in the car when you go to the restaurant. You got to bring it in, set it on the chair next to you or on the table or something. You got to do something to make the loser not want to lose.
You got to ask for a dinner plate for it. Can we have a plate for the bag of potatoes?
Well, you could change that to whatever you want. Box of tampons for you guys then.
I'm not carrying a fucking.
Do you think you
I won't even go to the store and buy tampons. Let me think I'm going to walk around with fucking tampons.
Well, don't then. Don't lose.
I don't give a shit. I'll just fucking jerk off on her. That's
So you
what I
think
do
you could
9
do
times out of 10 anyways.
So you think you can go to the end of October without putting it in her? She can do oral. That's oral October.
That's fine.
You think you can go till November 1st, not putting it in her vagina or her ass?
As long as she sucks me and gets me off, I don't give a shit.
She can do that if she so chooses.
We're still watching porn tonight.
Can you do that until November 1st without him putting it in?
As long as I can do toys, yeah.
You can do toys. So are you guys on board? Will you do it? Will you try it?
I don't give a fuck.
And you guys made fun of me last episode about this. See, it's kind of fun, ain't it?
Oh, it's so much fun.
Are you going to stick to the tampon thing? If you lose and you put it in her.
You know how much fun I'm having right now?
How much?
I'm going to frolic through the fucking field with Mr. Tiddlywinks.
Seriously, and I'm going to hold you to it. Tampons for you guys, a bag of potatoes for me. Well, wait a minute though. Because you walking around with a box of tampons ain't as big of a deal as if he loses. Well, it's still a big deal if you go to a restaurant and put a box of tampons on the table.
If the guy loses, he has to walk around with a box of tampons.
And we need pictures of this, and I'll send them to you. And not the sex part, but like if whoever loses, I want to get a picture sent to me of that tampons in his hand, like smiling at a dinner table out somewhere. Or you, if you, and I'll do the same to you with the bag of potatoes. Are we good? And we're the 7th of October, but it's all right because you guys haven't had sex anyway.
or even better, if we both lose, we should go out to dinner together, and we'll both either be carrying a box of tampons, or they'll both be carrying the bag of potatoes.
Oh, like a double date thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you already set the rules on that.
No, it'll be a month.
You said you. All right.
I said 3.
Yeah, she said 3.
Give a fuck what you say.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Okay.
And that, folks, is how you make a marriage work. Dating advice for Matt. Just don't give a fuck what she wants.
No.
Which seems to actually kind of work out in most marriages lately.
It does.
Well, anyway, that's that. Jesse James sucks in bed. These guys are going to start. So you guys are on board.
Yeah,
so this is on the air, episode 59. So we know.
I think it's not potatoes. I think you should have tampons as well.
Yes, no, tampons
well, there's an inside thing with the potatoes. That's the only reason we picked the potatoes.
Oh, okay.
It's just an inside thing. But I would do, like, if we ever did this again, I would do the tampon. I don't have a problem with that. I think that's a good one, actually. But
I think you should do potatoes and tampons.
Potatoes and tampons. Well, let me check with the other party involved, and we'll see. Maybe we will switch, but we'll see. But that's the whole reason for behind that. So at the moment, we're doing potatoes. You're doing tampons. We'll let you know what's going on with that. So far, so good, though. We'll see if we can make it.
How was your scary movie night last night?
Last night?
Yeah, you were watching scary movies, weren't you?
Well, yeah, just alone.
Yeah, how was it?
Oh, it was all right. Just watch scary movies.
Pretty scary? I don't like scary movies because they scare me.
Not really. They're not.
No.
As I'm getting older, that shit don't really scare me. Plus, the movies are so the same now. You can like tell with the music that's going on and the way the lighting is. It's like, something scary's coming. And then sure enough, some fucking creature jumps out of the window or some fucking thing, you know?
Yeah, I don't like scary movies.
That's like the wax museum today up in Lake George. That wasn't. When I was 8 years old and used to go to that, that was scary as shit.
Was Frankenstein still in there?
The guy that walks around out in the front?
Yeah.
No, just because I think it was the middle of the day. Which Lake George is kind of nice in the middle of the day, believe it or not. Or in the middle of the fall.
Because there's no one there. And it's nice.
They're doing this weekend. They were setting up this weekend and next weekend. I think they're doing Oktoberfest up there. They had the road shut off.
Oh, really?
And that one part, they had all vendors and stuff.
See, I like fall. I like going to look at leaves and shit like that.
I actually kind of like Lake George better today than I do like last time I was up was like probably a Americade. It's just so fucking busy. So much shit going on. You can't do nothing. Everything's expensive. God bless you. It just was too much. But today was nice. It was like not that many people. You could walk around, but it was still nice out. Did that, got sushi, walked around, looked at the old mini haha.
Oh, you got sushi? What, they got the old mini haha? They got a new one?
No, they got the mini haha was there. Just the normal one.
Oh, well, you said the old mini haha. I thought you meant it was the old one. Like they go put the old one away and they got a new one or something.
No, I just say that because I was like 8 last time I paid attention to the mini haha. So that's that. On that note, teenage boy gets USB cable stuck in his urethra while trying to measure himself.
That's fucking stupid.
This is why I wanted to bring it up. Why would you not just use a tape measure, put it next to it, and measure it that way? Why do you have to stick a cord inside yourself?
Something mentally wrong with that person. I blame the parents 100% on that. 100%. No, well, even if they weren't there, still, who in their right mind thinks about sticking that up your fucking penis hole?
Their upbringing. A teenage boy tried to measure the length of his own penis, but ended up in the hospital after getting a USB cable stuck in his urethra while doing so. The extremely uncomfortable incident happened recently. And just for the viewers on YouTube and for the YouTube people that check these videos, that's fake blood on that cord.
Is it?
Yeah. The extremely uncomfortable incident happened recently and was detailed in the latest report in medical journal Urology. But we flicked through it to bring you the oh-so-painful sounding details. The 15-year-old told doctors that he wanted to measure the length of his penis after being triggered by sexual curiosity. Never once did I think of sticking a fucking cable in me when I was curious.
The pure physics just does not work because the fucking head of the U.S. either end, doesn't matter what end you fucking use, is way too big to fit in your fucking hole.
I could see that fitting though if you fucking forced it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the problem.
Right then and there, that will go, ow, that hurts.
Right.
Most people will stop.
That's like I heard of a guy that killed himself. He committed suicide with a wood splitter, put his head in a wood splitter. And that's the same thing I always said. The only reason I bring that up is a lot like what you just said. If you put your head in there and hold the lever for a wood splitter, as soon as it started to hurt, I feel like physically I couldn't do it.
No.
Like my brain wouldn't allow me to keep holding that lever.
But that's a lot of pressure coming in there, so it might not even take long.
Maybe just pops and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you still got to be really fucking desperate to kill yourself.
He decided to insert the USB. I know there's so many other ways. I'm not condoning suicide. Like that's not something to joke around about, but there's just so many other ways besides doing it like that.
He must really wanted to off himself.
Yeah, I guess so.
She's got big tits.
Sure does. She's hot over there. Is that the chick from where that guy and that it's gone. Where that guy and that girl do the remodel houses on HGTV?
I don't know.
She's like Asian or something, and he's
no, that wasn't her.
No.
No.
He decided to insert the USB cable into his private parts via the urethra to stimulate himself. However, it got stuck and he was unable to remove it. Shortly afterwards, he noticed blood in his urine, which saw him go to his local A&E department. I don't know what that all means. Doctors first tried using a scope to remove the cable, a long metal. He tried to pee while this was in here? Look at this. Look at this in him. There's an X-ray. Oh, my God. But that didn't work as the cable had managed to knot itself while inside the boy, so he was transferred to University College Hospital. In the operating room, surgeons made an incision into his penis, noticed that the cable had been cut in 2 segments, and then removed both segments. After sewing up his urethra and penis, the surgeons then inserted catheters so that the boy was able to use the bathroom without damaging himself further. I was going to ask that, too.
I 100% blame the fucking parents on that one.
That's crazy. 2 weeks later, doctors checked the area, didn't find any leakage or excessive scar tissue, and removed the catheters. So all is well that ends well. Yeah, so give that a shot, guys.
10 years down the road, when he can't fucking use it right, he's going to sue the fucking USB company because you fucked up his dick because he shoved it up there.
This is why cancer is here, because people try to stick shit in their fucking bodies that doesn't belong in their bodies. This is what I was saying about, like, back when Elvis Presley was around, sex wasn't sex. Now, if you don't stick cables in your urethra, you ain't doing it right. If Nicole wanted to stick a USB cable in your urethra, would you let her try that once?
No.
Okay.
That's where I draw the line.
Oh, boy. Well, the halftime show today is Sarah Blake.
I thought we did Sarah Blake. Oh, no.
We didn't.
She's got big tits, too.
Sure does. Not huge on that, but she's hot, though. Like, in this picture, I think she's hot. Well, she is there, too, but then, like, this does it. This makes her less hot to me.
I mean, she's a thick girl, too.
They look so fake. Is she thick or big bone? Yeah, I guess she's thick.
I think she's thick. Anyway, at least in that one picture she looks it. The other one, not so much.
OnlyFans. Whoa, what's going on? OnlyFans can be a lucrative job for many people, and one star has been making headlines after her success. Sarah Blake, spelled just like you would think, if you want to look her up, revealed she has had to move houses due to her success on the adults-only website, and she has been raking in the cash since signing up. The OnlyFans star revealed she had to move houses, but how much is her net worth? Sarah and her husband, Matt Cheek, have said they earned $30,000 a month on OnlyFans since joining in November 2020, and recently said they have earned more than $1 million this year alone, and she has referred to herself as a millionaire. I believe it.
Yeah. $30,000 a month. I'd just be happy with $30,000 a month.
Yeah. They have since relocated their 4 children to a remote farm to get away from nosy neighbors who discovered their career. Sarah said, I was devastated. I've always felt very comfortable with my sexuality, and if people want to pay to see that, why wouldn't I let them? I want to inspire other women who love sex. I love it and enjoy it. I don't view it as anything bad. They now live on a 6-acre farm and homeschool their children. Now, she won't until her grandkids ask her about it.
Or even until her kids are old enough to realize what the fuck she did or does. Or
yeah, they start getting teased at school about it, and she's going to regret it.
They're being homeschooled.
Do you think, personally, I bet you 90% of these OnlyFans girls, and this is something I'd like to ask Lola, like if she thinks she'll ever regret it.
That's a good question.
Maybe she won't. Maybe she will. Maybe she's like thought of that. Maybe she's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know. This is why I hope she's honest with us with that stuff. I imagine she will be, or she wouldn't even bother coming if she wasn't going to be.
Well, unless they just have the attitude, like, I just don't give a fuck.
I just don't want Lola to think we're making fun of her by asking that shit, because I'm not. But I just want to know what her thoughts are, because that's a valid question. I mean, when you do porn, or if you're a stripper, I feel like that's got to come up in your thoughts. Like, what about 10 years from now? Am I going to be okay with this? Sarah said they make content at night once the children are in bed. However, she also revealed that her career has moved beyond adult content. She explained, my career has evolved beyond OnlyFans, and I have worked alongside ESPN Radio, and I get to interview footballers. You have to take something negative and make it positive.
Yeah, she interviews the footballers.
Before OnlyFans, she had 2 beauty salons. She was also a runner-up in Mrs. Kansas, a beauty pageant. Since finding fame on OnlyFans, she has also landed the front cover of Playboy magazine. In an interview, she said, landing a Playboy cover is something you dream of. And dominating as a Playboy bunny in the sports industry as a mom of 4, an OnlyFans creator and a wife is literally something nobody has been able to do before. I can see that. I don't think there's a whole lot of Playboy models that are current parents.
No.
But, there's plenty that have had kids since then. But
yeah. I don't know. I think there's been Playboy models that have had kids that still did it.
Probably. But I get the rarity of that. It's probably not something that happens typically they're like, 19, 20.
Yeah, but then every once in a while they get like the movie star to pose in Playboy.
The perception that doing OnlyFans will prevent you from having a career is an outdated judgment made by the Karens and Steves of the world. Oh, we've decided Steve is the male Karen name?
I guess so.
All right. I'll go with that. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like tattoos were evil, too, for a little while, remember? If you had tattoos, you couldn't.
I know. That's why I got them when I was younger. Now all of a sudden everyone gets them. It's like, it's the cool thing to do.
You fucking started tattoos?
No, I didn't
You fucking started. You're such a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
You started tattoos, Matt.
No, I
you
didn't
realize
start
that?
tattoo, but when I first started getting them, it's like everyone, it was still like taboo. Like, oh, he's got a tattoo. Now it's like everyone gets a fucking tattoo. Even fucking grandmas get tattoos now.
We've talked about this before, but for people that are just starting to listen, you would let Nicole be an OnlyFans model?
No, I don't give a fuck.
Face and all.
If that's what she wanted. If,
Like
if I'm gonna get 30 grand a fucking month, fuck yeah.
Like, see her face, see you, the whole, like, full-on sex. Like, if somebody just, like, say I was over there with a camera while you guys were having sex and wanted to record whatever I wanted.
No.
You wouldn't mind that?
No, I'll set my own camera up.
Well, what's the difference?
Because there's no one else there. It was just me and her doing it.
Well, I'm not saying, like, you to be a third, I'm just using that as an example to where you don't, like, you're not going to make video where your heads are cut off. Like, you're going to see everything.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
You would you do that, Nicole? You've said no before, right? Or no? You wouldn't do it? No. I wonder why it's different for guys and girls.
I'm just, you know how I am. I'm just fucking carefree, laid back. I'll go with the fucking flow. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think of that later on?
No.
Wouldn't bother you later on?
I don't give a fuck.
What do you think your son would say? He'd be pissed.
Have you met my son?
Yeah, but I think he'd be pissed.
I don't think he'll be pissed.
No?
No.
You think he'd be for it?
He's a 13.
I don't know if he'd push for it, but do you think I'm saying not
He's
now,
a
he's 13,
liberal.
but I'm saying when he's like, 24.
Again, when he's 24, I'm going to be, I ain't going to give a fuck.
I think you guys scarred him enough with the whole car ride home from my house conversation that time.
Yeah.
There's not too much more
No.
you can get from that. I got some pictures of Sarah Blake here. That's some stuff for people watching on YouTube. A couple Google pics. She looks pretty good in some of these. There's her cover on Playboy. Right there. She looks good there. She looks good, a lot better in these pics like that. She looks really good.
I like that picture.
Yeah, I like that one too. That's her OnlyFans picture or something. I don't know. It's just
she is thick.
I like when girls' hair is like this, like almost wet, but like drying after she gets out of a pool. I don't know why. Yeah, she's thick.
But it's like a healthy thick.
Yeah, she don't look fat at all.
It's nice.
Nothing fat looking about her. I bet you she's tall.
Mm-hmm.
Bet you she's like big. Big bone, tall, thicker. Is there a thing here we can... Probably not. She's kind of a nobody when it comes to Wikipedia. Sometimes they'll tell you like her weight and sizes and stuff. Anyway, was her name Sarah Blake? Go check her out if you want on OnlyFans. She's probably got an Instagram. She does. Sarah Blake Cheek. Oh, she put her husband's name there. That's nice of her. Sure, it makes a big difference. Speaking of OnlyFans, we got a chick here that she was an ICU nurse, quit to be an OnlyFans model. Probably not really a big deal.
No.
But I like to see people being successful, and I thought she was pretty hot looking.
Yeah, nurses make a lot of money already on top of it.
Yeah, but they don't make $250,000 a month.
No.
Allie Ray, the mother of 3 and a loving wife, earns $250,000 monthly thanks to OnlyFans, but she doesn't post just any content. She shares sex videos of herself and her husband, but insists they are a normal family.
They probably are.
Boston-born OnlyFans favorite. We probably got a lot of listeners that know this girl. Worked in a hospital's neonatal intensive care unit, tending to sick babies. When they found her OnlyFans, they gave her an ultimatum: delete it or quit. Wonder why that is.
I don't know.
I could see that as a teacher.
Yeah, but you're working in a hospital. I mean, to me, that's...
You're a nurse, Nicole. We'll never, obviously, ever say where you work, but if you... Oh, you're not? Oh. Oh. Well, you work at a doctor's office. All right, so let's go with that. Do you think they would ever fire you if they found out you had OnlyFans? That might be a little bit more because she does work with people, so I still can't really see it.
I don't understand how they can, though.
The only thing, I could see a teacher getting fired for that.
Or anything that has like the logo or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, in that case. So for anybody that can't hear her, she's like, maybe if she wore like the doctor's office logo or name or something on her during her videos. But otherwise, I don't see why people give a fuck. Other than like these people are saying just Karens.
There's like rights and shit, though. To me, I don't know.
Who is Allie Ray? That's what it says. Allie, born on 2nd of May, 1984, signed up for the Navy at 17, serving as a yeoman. who assisted the admirals. Bet you she did. At 18, she married her husband, and they had 2 children right away. Ray, who used a stage name, left the Navy in 2006 following Hurricane Katrina. She was stationed in New Orleans during the disaster, and witnessing the devastation and loss of life firsthand had taken its toll. She then worked in marketing, but after she enrolled in nursing school, Ray thought she had found the calling she was made for. The nursing scandal. Okay, let's see. We're getting a little deeper here. Let's see what's going on. While working in a hospital in Massachusetts, she realized that she had a gift for helping people. As she said, I can say with pure confidence that I was a fantastic NICU nurse. Ray worked 14-hour days in the neonatal intensive care unit, which she described as taxing on my body and emotionally draining. But she loved her work. To blow off steam and entertain herself, Ray began posting revealing shots of herself on Instagram and the Chive under the alias Allie Ray. In December 2020, after nearly 9 years on the job, 6 nurses in her unit stumbled across some of her photos online and reported them to her boss. So this sounds like they just didn't like her.
Yeah, they were probably freaking threatened by her.
Yeah, that's my guess. Right. They were probably not as good looking as her, and they didn't like that she was doing it. Ray spoke about it, saying, they informed my manager about that, and I was called into the office about their social media policy. Oh, well, they had a policy that I guess in that case she knew this, so that's not my kind of.
I mean, what's the policy, though? Talking shit about the place you work?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or like wearing stuff, like representing the place you work. But if you got nothing revealing, you're not saying anything about the place. I mean, to me, there's still a fine line with these social media policy rules.
Yeah. Eventually, it got uncomfortable where I felt people were concentrating more on my performance outside of the hospital versus my performance in the hospital. Ray was given a warning, but her OnlyFans account was discovered 3 months later. It was like Mean Girls for adults. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. Yeah. Ray recalled. She did not want to delete her OnlyFans account, so she quit. Why in the fuck would she? She would make $250,000 a month. Nurses make good money, and being an ICU nurse, she probably made more than typical nurses.
Yeah,
but she's not making $250,000 a year as a nurse.
No, I bet. Well, I bet she was making over $100,000 a year, but not 200 and something a month.
A month, right? There's no question she wasn't. She's making more on OnlyFans. Ray had accumulated a decent online following thanks to her bikini-clad images on Instagram and the Chive. Then, with OnlyFans and videos with her husband, she became a star. The 38-year-old insisted that her family life is normal for the most part, other than jamming shit in her pussy.
Some Nutella.
Yeah. Ray continued by saying that Steve, her husband, and she only make movies 2 or 3 times per month. Allie stated they are just parents who run a business from home. She admitted that being on OnlyFans made her see her 3 sons more, and they get to see exotic destinations thanks to the earnings. Well, I get that. She's giving her kids a good life with that, I guess. I mean, I don't know if it's worth the price you pay, but
How much are you making now?
$250,000 a month. A month. What's that?
Only make $99,000
a year. That's what typical, according to Google, Nicole just looked up, a NICU nurse makes $99,000, about $100,000 a year.
Yeah. Well, that's before overtime. Throw overtime and shit in there. They're milking way
Either
over
way,
that,
they're not making $250 a month. Our favorite spot is Cap Cana in the Dominican Republic, and we also love Hawaii. We don't give a fuck. Rachel Ray, whatever the fuck her name is. Addison Ray. Addie Ray, what's her name? Allie Ray? Some fucking thing.
I forgot.
Steve, it's got to be here somewhere.
Ray.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Steve worked in an airline company, but left his job due to the COVID-19 uncertainties. Yeah, he didn't need to work there either. He felt weird quitting. He admitted, I certainly didn't need to be there financially anymore because we were doing so well online, but I enjoyed what I did. Steve works on keeping his wife grounded as she tends to want to overwork herself, and she sometimes forgets to just stop and relax. So in other words, he can't keep up.
Yeah, stop having sex so much. We got to stop.
Yeah, he can't keep up. Allie Ray. Allie admits that they were initially scared and went to great lengths to keep our activities a secret. The couple told their friends and they were okay with it. Allie continued, I only have sex with my husband and I only film sex with my husband, so who could hate on someone who gets to do that and make money from it? She added that I think it's a pretty sick gig. As for Steve, he hates the camera, so he doesn't show his face, just his parts. Then it goes on to something else. How she got into OnlyFans. It just goes on and on and on. She's hot.
Yeah.
She kind of reminds me of that other chick, to be honest with you. The one we just talked about for the halftime, the fuck was her name now? Can't remember her name.
Something Blake.
Sarah Blake. Yeah, she kind of looks like her, just not so thick, like not big boned like her or whatever. Her thicky. That's her. Allie Ray. Check her out. She's pretty hot. There's a picture right there for YouTube viewers. I'm sure you can see that pretty well.
I don't judge her.
Look at the way she's sitting. I think that's hot when girls sit like that.
You see, now, if this shit was like her hospital that she worked at, I could totally understand
Which
why
it probably is, but she's got it like blurred out.
Blurred out there, but maybe the pictures at the time they weren't blurred out and it was showing where she worked.
Maybe.
See, I could understand.
Yeah, in that case,
shit
I
like
get that too. Yeah, because they don't want that shit getting out there that they're into that. Well, on an OnlyFans now, we got Mia Khalifa here talking to us about shit. Not us, per se, but she's talking about shit on OnlyFans. We've talked about this in the show before. I don't understand why porn stars even do porn anymore when you can just cut the middleman out and do it on OnlyFans and make more money. And Mia Khalifa says the same thing. She's making far more money on OnlyFans than she ever did in porn. Mia Khalifa is raking in the big bucks after swapping her porn career for uploading her own content to OnlyFans. This subscription, what is this? Is this a video? I don't know how long it is. It's a loading an ad, so we're going to have to listen to that. Whatever. This subscription-based platform is a favorite by media personalities, celebrities, adult entertainers.
So what you're about to watch is a small clip.
Where is that? That's not coming through the right thing here. We got to do some sound adjusting.
Just after I decided to leave porn. It wasn't all sunshine and flowers. It was actually very difficult to get back into the workforce. And if you enjoyed this clip, go check out the full interview where I go more into detail about what my life has been like.
So you give the letter, and then what?
It was terrifying because I didn't know what I was going to do. I had a huge gap period in my resume. Yeah, I didn't know what I was going to do.
Get fucked.
They came at me with an offer to kind of still be making money while I figured out what I was going to do and found a job.
Ew, what the fuck? You're a gross bitch.
The link to the site in my bio on Twitter and Instagram for as long as I could.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
You really get nothing out of that. But yeah, that's Mia Khalifa. She did some shit on OnlyFans now. Subscription-based platform, we already read that. That includes former Pornhub star, whatever. According to International Business Times, Khalifa is the highest earning former porn star on the subscription site. Khalifa recently admitted to, I can't even read that fucking name, on her Showtime series Zawi, that she pockets around $10,000 per day from the subscription site.
Shit.
Which isn't much more than that other chick. She was making $30,000 a month. This $10,000 a day. It's about this. Oh no,
$10,000 a day.
Yeah, so that would be $300,000 a month, right? 10,000 times 30.
Yeah, it would be 300,000.
I guess so.
Right?
There's 365 days in a year.
No, she's making 10,000 a day.
So there's 300.
So that would be 10,000 times 365 for the yearly, which is let's just see what we can come up with to do some quick shit. 365 days in a year times 10,000. $3.6 million a year. There's no fucking way. She was a pretty big paid porn star, but there's no fucking way she was making that money.
No.
Because if she was, she would have to give a percentage to all the fucking production people and the manager and all that bullshit. Compared to the U.S. $12,000 she made during her right here. So she was making $12,000 every 3 months in her porn career.
Oh wow, whoopee.
That don't even fucking Christ. I was making more of that driving truck.
Yeah, that's like a part-time job.
Yeah. You could say Khalifa is laughing all the way to the bank, sure, and she gets to pocket the lot instead of having to divvy it up any money made with the producers. Right, that's what I was always saying. Khalifa has previously urged people not to get into the porn industry, stating that the videos she made will haunt her until the day she dies. That's Mike's thing. He's always talking about that. It's like, yeah, but when you put money in my face, I'll do it.
Yeah, but at least the only thing is they can control what they do.
Yeah, but in reality, you can control what you do in porn, too. All you got to do is say no.
Yeah, but like we talked about before, though, the director says you're going to get 3 cocks shoved in your face for, $5,000, or if you don't do it, you're only going to get a fucking $1,000 because you're only going to do one cock. And now she could do whatever the fuck she wants,
right? And pocket all the money, just like they were saying. Nobody's going to take. Like, she's not going to get 15% of what the video makes.
Yeah, and I'm not saying these girls are forced to do what they want, but I mean, you start putting money involved. You know damn well the girls that get more money do more fucked up things in the porn industry.
So like it says here, long story short, don't do porn. And if you do, don't do it with a company. Do it yourself on your own terms. So in other words, don't do porn, but if you're going to make $3.6 million a year, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, but do it yourself.
Basically what she's saying. If you consume porn, make sure it's ethical and not from giant corporations who profit off exploiting women. Of course, come to my site and pay me.
Yeah.
Like your grocery, shop local and direct from the creators. While OnlyFans is mostly used to share explicit content, Khalifa's profile reads that hers is safe for work but spicy. I am finally growing into my, so maybe she's not actually doing porn on there. And I know there's plenty of girls that just like take their top off once in a while and still make big money. I'm finally growing into my self-confidence and who I am and the decisions I make for me, and this is my way of being myself outside the parameters of conventional social media, she said after launching her OnlyFans account. Even though I will not be creating nude content, I am going to be treating this page like my Instagram without the terms of service. I want to take my power back and just post what I want and what makes me feel good, and I'm just so thankful that you all are along for this wild ride. All right, so I guess I could take that back a little bit. She's more or less not doing porn. She's just doing some spicy shit. I'm not going to read this article. This is something different, but this is Mia Malkova. I remember a couple episodes ago we were talking about that name, and we were wondering if she was a porn star.
Yep, well, she is.
And she certainly is. And she's pretty hot.
Yeah, she is.
Maybe we'll have to talk about her.
I would save that article. Because it's about the weirdest shit she's been asked to do or whatever.
Yes.
So that'd be a good one.
It's probably going to be a short one. But that's that. We got through them articles. We kind of rushed right through them, but we got through them.
Yeah.
We got some people, a lot of requests. You are not interested. Mike will not be interested. I don't know how I'm going to work this, but we did get a lot of requests for a show about trucking.
I think if you're going to do a show about trucking, and trust me, I don't understand why because you did it for so long and stuff like that. But,
well, it's just a lot of our listeners drive.
But for show purposes, to have me and Mike sit here and talk about trucking, we're going to be like
pointless.
Yeah,
I get it.
I blow the air horn, beep beep. So if you got some guys that truck with you that are around here that are willing to come on the show, I'll fucking have them come on, and you guys I would do it that way.
Yeah.
And have some callers. But to have me and Mike sit here, I mean, I'll be here to support the show and everything.
Yeah.
But to be actually sit on it,
pointless.
It's stupid.
Right. You guys aren't going to be able to really contribute anything.
It'll be like me talking about firefighting with you and Mike. Yeah, I have no clue about firefighting. Same thing with Mike with stuff that he does. We would have no clue what the fuck he really goes through and do. So it would be pointless for us to sit here and talk about it.
Well, give me some time to work on that. Maybe we'll do like a trucking special because we have been getting a lot of requests about trucking stories and stuff. And I'll work on maybe getting a guest or two that maybe I find like some company owners or something that we could do some. I don't know if it'll be interesting or not. I don't know, but it sounds like we got a lot of people that are interested.
You do got a lot
we won't
of
make this show, like I said from the beginning, it's not going to be a trucking show, but I'll throw in an episode for people because that's what the listeners want. So I got to do
a trucking show. I have nothing
at some point.
It.
I don't know when. Also, don't forget we have Bad Omen coming. She's coming the 29th to record. That'll be on Halloween. That episode will come out. And I got to get a hold of her and just get some details finalized. But she's coming up here at the end of the month. We're going to do like seances or something. Or maybe she can get the hex off of me.
Or off of me, too.
You got a hex?
Oh, fuck yeah, I got a hex.
We got Matt is now on board with Oral October.
Yep.
So we're going to keep an eye on that, our progress on that at the end of the month. You probably won't hear about that till November. Because we won't know.
Nope.
And we have, this is 59, so the next episode should be, if all goes well and I can get it edited and stuff, should be Lola Montez.
The stripper.
Lola Montez, an OnlyFans creator.
Yeah.
Model. Nude model.
A lot of questions for her.
Yeah,
we got to be serious, though. We can't be fucking dicks.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if she's willing to still strip, I'm not going to say no, I don't think.
Sure. I mean, we got a pretty big table here, pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
But it's also on YouTube, so there's only so much we can do.
Well, just fucking put just a picture of her.
We should get some toys. We should get some Right, brand new in
like,
a box.
Like old school Howard Stern back in the day.
And have her test them out and give people reviews.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's into that.
No.
We'll find out, though. We're going to ask her.
Well, hey, here's the thing. Is she comes on, she sounds like she's excited to be on for it and shit like that. Hopefully maybe she can come back again, and then who knows what happens.
Sure. Next thing you know, there's 3 or 4 on the table at the same time.
I mean, you wouldn't mind watching a stripper strip, would you, Nicole? No. See, so she's for it. I mean, she's going to be
toys.
here. I have to.
Like, they all think, like, you guys all think it's me not wanting him to be here alone with strippers.
You're fucking damn right you don't want me to be alone with strippers.
That's part of it, but I want to be here, too.
I know you want to be here.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a lot like when Bad Omen comes. Like, Nicole doesn't actually want to be on the show, but she wants to be here to see what it's all about and stuff. Same thing. Yeah. And that's really the only reason I wanted to strip her on the show, just to see what it's about.
Well, there was no way in hell I was going to have a stripper come on be here on the show and not tell you.
Wrong. Not wrong.
That's
he told me,
wrong.
how are we going to do this without Nicole finding out?
No.
That's what
I said wrong. I said I had to tread lightly on this one because there's no way in hell I can have
He said at work the other day, he says, somehow, bud, we're going to have to figure out how to make this work so that Nicole can't find out about it.
Wrong. What came out? You're lucky that thing costs a lot of fucking money. No, wrong. I said, Wes, I'm going to have to tell Nicole, and she's probably going to have to come with me for that one.
Yeah.
Not to be like that bitch sit in the corner giving you...
No, I know
No,
that.
there's nothing. I think even the listeners probably are aware of that. And I know I certainly am just from knowing Nicole. I don't think Nicole is jealous at all. It ain't like that. I think it's more about, like I said, it's more about like when Bad Omen comes, just to be part of it, like see what, you know.
I'm pretty sure she wouldn't like me bending the stripper over on the table and start going to town.
I'm pretty sure the stripper wouldn't like that either.
No. Well, you never know, though. Maybe she would. I mean, for the way it sounds like, she thinks we're big deals.
You are the only one that thinks we're big deals. So anyway, that's going to be episode 59, and I'm sure episode 60 will be a lot longer because we'll have a million questions to ask somebody about that has an OnlyFans account. Mm-hmm. I got a million questions already.
Yeah, and Mike's not going to be here for that.
I don't think so, unless something changes. Last I knew, he had to work that day, but I don't know.
All right,
I don't know.
All right. Well, Nicole will be here.
Yeah, she'll be here. Yeah. We'll be all. I think there'll be other people here too. I'm not sure. Well, I'm sure there'll be excited people. Harry, man of 1,000 words, probably would come.
Well,
for
I got to be careful with that, though.
Why?
I mean, no, just nothing against anybody coming, but you start getting people like that here. Maybe they just don't want to have a big entourage staring at them.
True.
At the same time, because they got goofy ass guys staring at them all the time. Yeah,
I guess in my mind, I thought they'd just kind of be used to it.
Yeah, but maybe, I mean,
of course, they're making money then, so it's different.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know this is all new.
Yeah, well, we're just doing this. You know what? In years from now, we might have porn stars on here, which we are working on.
Yeah. Still
behind the scenes. It just takes me some time to get everything all ironed out.
We're getting there.
All right, guys. That's episode 59. Hey, whore.
Hey, whore.
Hey, whore.
You know what they say? A trimmed deck is a big deck.
Hey, though, my deck ain't big either way. Extra, read all about it. Priority Earthworks. PriorityEarthworks.net. If you have mulching for commercial, residential, or any overgrown that you would like to take care of.
What about your bush? Will he trim your bush?
He will trim the bush. It's just hot off the presses right here. His name's Adam, 518-669-5401. He will trim your bush. He will keep your property clean, trimmed, and proper. Again, call Adam at 518-669-5401 or PriorityEarthworks.net. It's hot off the press, extra, read all about it.